All right. You assholes. This is not Stomp.
Olay!
Olay! All right.
We can make a couple beers to bang together.
All right. God, you guys are dicks. Welcome to Couch Co-op. I'm Wayne. With me as always is Garth. And again, joining us on the show, James or Jimmy Longguns. Which one do you prefer?
Jimmy.
Jimmy, not James.
Let's split it down the middle.
I like James. Like
We
like
go with James.
I like James. It's so formal and so
Alright.
like.
Regal.
And you have two long guns down there.
Oh,
All right.
Oh my.
And Dan motherfucking Clark,
Greetings.
who he and I go so far back. It's
almost as far back as Jimmy.
No relation, by the way.
Well, he's only got two guns. I just got one long
Right.
gun.
Well, I don't know what
Anyway.
we're talking about right now.
Well, and we're on a shoot the shit episode, so it's time for us to shoot the shit. We're just here to shoot the shit, and I want to get started first with a little something. I want to get started with the next big game, gentlemen. The next big game on the Xbox One,
I've heard of this. Yeah.
developed.
Xbone!
Developed. I mean, this is huge. This is what they're promoting right now. This later at E3. This is the stuff they're promoting. This next
I heard
big game.
one guy made it.
Yeah, you know, one guy in like 6 weeks he
Yeah.
made it. Back in 1984, he
Impressive.
stewed the idea in his brain. Developed by Atari. Yes, the next Xbox One game, E.T. You soon will be able to experience this game
You got a little bit of dirt on that, sorry.
somehow. Yeah, here's the bad thing about this. So they go and dig in New Mexico out of a landfill this game. All they had to do was like find any person that owned an Atari 2600 back in the day, and it's like, hey, do you have a copy of ET? Oh yeah, I buried it back in the backyard. Let me go get it for you.
I think that was one of the things when you read through, use like the
Yeah.
end user license agreements, like when you're scrolling through. For this one, you had to say, "And I will bury this in my backyard."
I actually
Right.
bought two copies, one to shit on and one to cover it up with.
Do we actually give a shit? Like, why is Microsoft really fishing for something here? They like want a history documentary, but is it really that big a deal?
I think the crime is, and I think you were mentioning this earlier, is not that ET is now seeing the light of day, all 500 some odd thousand copies of this. Is this really yours?
Yeah, it's mine. I bought. Oh, here I've told this story.
You paid money
later.
for that?
He bought it.
Well, I didn't buy it. My parent. But this is the first game I actually went into. I went to Toys R Us and I said,
play
"Mommy,
games.
Daddy, I want this game."
Yeah.
And you
There
still
you go.
play games.
You know what? I don't hate this game like people do. I'm just gonna put that out there. It is a bad game and it makes no sense, but I like kind of like. I don't, like ET falls in a hole and then like it's kind of like full self-fulfilling prophecy, really. Like ET falls in a hole in the game and then Atari.
And it gets covered up for so
Right,
many
right.
years.
I
Anyway.
feel that you're the only person here that's played it.
I've never played it.
Oh,
No,
no,
but-
I've totally played it.
But
yeah.
the crime is not that the crime really is not that the ET games have been unearthed. It's that there's all of these other somewhat decent Atari games, I think,
Yeah.
have also been unearthed. So there's like the Centipede ports and
There's a bunch of. Yeah, it's just the fact that Atari was going under. They didn't have they like bought the license. They didn't have the money to like deal, and they went under. And I don't know why they bury the games.
It's a garbage game. You throw garbage away.
and this is
I guess.
this is all in the name of a new documentary that Microsoft
For Microsoft, for
meant to be
Xbox
on the
One,
Xbox
original
One.
thing. So it's like that's the joke. Har har. Anyway, sorry.
go-
I apologize. Oh,
No,
you
no, you don't.
Microsoft lovers out there, I hope you love your Xbox 720. It's great. Anyway, so
How many times around is that?
720?
Yeah.
No, that's the resolution that the game's only come
Oh,
in.
okay, gotcha.
All right. 720p. Anyway, so if you guys were confused. No. So Jared knows. I'm sorry, Jared. Jared always has to take a back seat to this shit because like we have new people on, then Jared just sits there and like twiddles his thumbs. But what we like to do when we have new people on is like we like to get, we like to tell your history, your story, your origin. Because you know what? People love origin stories. So, who wants to go first? How did you get into video gaming? What was your first console, the game that sucked you in? Who wants to go first?
I'll go first.
Jimmy.
James.
My mom bought me an Atari.
And E.T.
No ET.
Poor guy.
And all we could afford was watching Ian try to open a beer.
Yeah. Oh, hey, it worked.
Hey! Tastes like Slipper, but
Tastes like
That's how I like my beers.
Anyway, you bought an Atari. Or your mom bought you an Atari.
Pac-Man.
Pac-Man.
Ass loads of Pac-Man. Only game we had was Pac-Man.
Pac-Man
For
ass
like-
loads? I've never played
Yeah,
that one.
It's a new one. It's a new one. But for like 6 months, that's all we had was Pac-Man. So I never beat it. I sucked. My brother would like eating a cheeseburger, watching TV.
But what was it about it that sucked you in?
It's funny that I say this, but when I saw that game, I was like, this is the coolest. Graphics are never going to get better than this. This is the perfect game. You've got one button, and a joystick.
Right.
It's funny, I watched about 3 or 4 months ago, a friend of mine busted his Atari out and his kids couldn't play it. They couldn't comprehend that there was only one button. And
Right.
I finally beat somebody at fucking Pac-Man.
And how did you play the arcade before that? Like actual arcade Pac-Man? No, so this is like the first.
The first game I ever played.
Wow.
And that Atari version.
So
was pretty terrible.
Yeah, it was really super slow.
Yeah.
And,
Oh,
And
it was awful.
but it sucked you in.
oh yeah,
And then you guys moved to an NES after that, or?
and then we got the NES, and then I started collecting. I had like everything but the Jaguar. Had to sell it because I lost my job. It was very sad. I cried. And now I'm like slowly trying to get my collection back up again.
Oh
But
yes.
it's like,
Cool. Dan, how did you get into the?
To video gaming.
How did you get into Pac-Man?
Just Pac-Man.
Describe to me.
How did you get into this
In
show?
few
Because I have
words.
no idea.
Yeah,
how
I
you
have
got
no
here.
idea
who is
either.
this guy?
Yeah, no, like everybody else here, am a child of the '80s. So my parents, with all of my friends, and little kind of behind the scenes bit of trivia for everybody watching. I went to high school with these two guys. So I went to high school with Ian, and I went to high school with James. So when all of my friends were getting NESs and they were getting Super Nintendos, even, I would go to my parents and I would beg, I would plead, I would say, I want a Nintendo, I want a game console. My parents would say, no, we're not going to spend the money on that. It's not worth it. We don't need it.
Corrupts your
And
mind.
well, they didn't even say that. They just said it was a waste of money. Like all you're gonna do is play games on it. We're not gonna buy a piece of electronics that you're just gonna play games on. We're gonna buy something that you can do more with. So I just begged them for almost 14 months, and so finally they broke down one Christmas and they bought a 286 PC from Leading Technologies from Smith's Home Furnishings
Oh my
on
God.
Southeast
You know,
82nd
Yeah.
Avenue.
Excuse me. What do we have here? We have a master race. We have a PC master race here.
Well, I'm just saying this was my first experience.
286.
My first experience with home gaming was on this 286 piece of shit Leading Technologies PC.
You're like an old woman on a rascal right now. That's,
man.
that's the amount of speed this thing is pushing. Anyway, no.
It was bad. No, I agree with you. It was bad. It was,
That calculator.
no. I had DOS-based Prodigy for my BBS access. Oh yeah.
Nice.
So they bought this PC and they gave it to me for Christmas. Like, here you go. Here is your computer that you can play games on. And of course, nobody in the fucking house had any idea how to hook this thing up. So it sat.
Dan, do our taxes for us.
Right. It sat in our den for 4 months after Christmas in boxes because no one knew how to hook it up. So finally, it's like, fuck it out. Tear it apart.
Serious? You didn't take the initiative?
Well, finally, after 4
months?
I was allowed to actually go in and open it up and plug it in, and then I broke it. So they had to go hire somebody to fix it. And so when it finally got up and running, then the first thing I did, it was two things. It was porn and video games, because that's really why computers are invented.
Man, I had a hard time doing porn on billboards back then.
But you tried, though, right?
You tried.
You tried.
Imagination is 95%.
But I would play a lot of kind of like the side-scrolling, the original Duke Nukem, and Wizard of War, and
Oh man, I played the side-scrolling Duke Nukem.
yeah,
that game sucks.
the original Predator game,
I never
I never played that.
which was awesome. So yeah, like all the old school. trying to remember who
Prince
the
of
other ones.
Persia?
Prince of Persia,
Yeah.
King's Quest.
King's Quest.
Yeah, the original Myst, obviously, like all those really
Police
old school.
Quest.
So all of my experience gaming was
PC.
all PC based because I wasn't, and I didn't actually own my own console until I was 25, and I
Serious?
finally bought a PS2, or I got a PS1.
So you totally skipped the whole Nintendo.
I never had a Nintendo,
Wow.
but I had friends. Who had Nintendos. And on snow days at high school, they would bring the Super Nintendos over to my house.
Nice.
And we would play Legend of Zelda.
On your giant 9-inch
yeah,
screen.
Link to the Past. And we would play like all those Super Nintendo games.
But were you into those as much, or were you more like?
Absolutely, because I would love playing video games. And actually, I was so much of a video game fanatic, and was pining to play some of like all the games that my friends had with their consoles, that I would go to this day. It's still there on McLaughlin Boulevard, the Holly Farm Mall, the Ultra Zone.
Oh yeah, Ultra Zone.
Laser Tag Center. That was the arcade, and I stood in line. I think Jimmy, you were there. We stood in line for Mortal Kombat 3 for the unveiling when they took
Oh wow! Really?
Yeah.
the tarp off of the Mortal Kombat 3 at midnight or whatever it was, to stand in line to play these console games because I could never do it, in my house. But yeah, because I played all the same games everybody else did. I just played them for 14, 16, 18 hours when my friends would come over because I never had a console.
So what is it about video games that like you just still are? I mean, we're old men at this point. Why are we still playing them?
It's simple. It's the only thing in my life I can really control. I mean, well, it sounds ridiculous, but I mean,
That
Hey, I
that's
like
one of
it.
the best. Well done.
simple.
That's pretty wonderful.
Dan?
Because they're fucking fun. It's a form of escape. It's we were talking about this during the break, and Dave allegedly running the camera back then. You guys asked me like, well, how come I wasn't playing whatever game? I said, like, man, I get 1 to 2 hours a week, or I can play video games. And I've got an Xbox 360, and I'm gonna upgrade to a PS4. But the game that I'm playing right now is BioShock Infinite, and I'm like 2/3 the way through it. This is a game that's a year old, and I'm behind.
No, I know. I just recently played it. I
Yeah.
just finished it.
So I never really get an opportunity to sit down to myself, uninterrupted.
Let me ruin it for you.
Don't. I swear to God.
It's not that good.
I'm really enjoying it.
I enjoyed the whole game.
I'm really enjoying
I did.
But it's a form of escape. It's why do I dress like a pirate? It's a form of escape.
Right. All right. So the other thing, before we get to Jared and whatever he has to rant about, like last time with Towerfall, which is I hear selling a shitload on PS4.
Towerfall?
It's because it's awesome and you suck.
Yeah. No, I don't
Because
hate
you
it.
don't
I
like
don't
it.
hate it. Dave hates it. Anyway,
Yeah, Dave
so
does hate it.
yeah, that's why he broke the camera. Anyway.
He knew I was thinking Towerfall.
No, so the other thing we do, and I think you guys can do this. The other guys couldn't do it. They're like, oh, can't do this. Favorite game at this point of all time.
You're gonna hate me.
Go for it. Go for it.
Fallout 3.
Fallout 3. No, it's fine. No,
I know
people
a lot
love
of-
that game.
I know a lot of people that have put
No, I'm not gonna put
several
that-
hundreds of hours into it.
How many times do you play through that, Jimmy?
It's my go-to game. I've been playing it since the day it came out.
What do you play it
At
on?
least once a week. PS3.
PS3. You just
It
fucking
never gets old.
all expansions and all that kind of shit.
You found all the new
No, I
controller
don't have any of
caps?
the expansions.
Have you platinumed it? Have you like 100%ed that?
No.
No.
I just love it because you don't have to do any. You run around and fucking kill people.
Just, there's a lot of
nobody-
games, Jimmy. There's a lot of games you can do that in.
It's
now.
very real life.
But I mean, I've probably done 60% of the story, and I've been playing it since it came out.
So how many? Oh, so you haven't finished it?
No.
Finished it? Oh wow.
Wow.
How many hours do you think you put into it? Because I put nearly 200 hours
At
into
least
Skyrim.
probably 2 hours a week since it came out.
Oh wow.
But it's with different. I get bored and I start new characters, so it's not like I've been using the same character forever.
No.
But
Dan?
Favorite game of all time? Yeah. That's easy. I knew that. As soon as
He
you asked
already
the
answered
question.
that.
Diablo 2.
Oh, Diablo.
Oh.
Diablo 2. Hands down.
Yeah, that is.
I don't know
great.
which. I'm looking at that camera now. Diablo 2 is the game that I spent the most amount of time, gameplay time, playing. Played through, and it's still the game that, in the very rare instance that I actually have a lull in my life and can focus on play another game, I will reinstall Diablo 2 because I still own all the discs and the expansion that I bought when it first came out. Again, a game I stood in line for.
I have all that shit for a Mac.
We played a lot of that last
We
year.
play it on Game Night sometimes. We all network our Macs together and play it.
I still have backups of my original Diablo 2 characters. Diablo 2 was the, and again, we talked.
You think it holds up that well?
Absolutely. No, I know it holds up well because I played it last year.
What do you think of
We had
Diablo?
a lot of fun playing it last
We do
year.
have fun, but I feel like I only have fun because I'm playing with you guys. I don't find it fun by myself.
Really? I enjoy it. I enjoy building the character. I was such a big fan of Diablo 1, of the first Diablo, where it was just a straight dungeon crawl. Like you were just going in, you went into the town, and then it was a straight dungeon crawl all the way down to hell.
And how do you feel?
Diablo 2 blew the world up.
Right.
And I haven't actually played Diablo 3.
Oh, you haven't
so,
yet. Okay.
yeah. D2 for the ability to do co-op because we would do a lot of private dungeons. Like me and my buddies have to work. Hours
Until our eyes bled.
Yeah,
playing
hours playing that game and trying to collect unique sets of armor and stuff like that. I would say a second, maybe even a close second, based on the amount of time that I've spent on the game is Skyrim, because I have spent not as many hours playing Skyrim as I have Diablo 2, but I would say it's probably 2/3 of the hours that I've spent on Diablo 2 I've also spent on Skyrim. Skyrim is the game on console that I will always go back to.
Yeah.
And I can just, in Skyrim, I can get on a horse and ride around.
See,
and
I
go to a
feel
town
guilty.
and blacksmith.
I wish I played Skyrim on a PC with all the mods out there.
Oh, yeah.
I wish I had
Endless
played it.
game.
Yeah.
Endless game.
But Diablo 2 was kind of a game changer, no pun intended,
Intended.
in that it took a really successful concept of this kind of point-and-click dungeon, role-playing dungeon raid, and then just blew the world up and expanded the world,
Right.
and became the first real, true, almost open world RPG. And there were a lot of ones that there was Baldur's Gate, which came after
Right,
that,
Baldur's Gate.
and a lot of those other games, which were basically modeled after Diablo 2. And they were bigger worlds, but D2.
And a little more RPG. I feel like
Yeah.
Diablo is really loot grindy. You just kill and
That's
grind.
all it is.
It's Borderlands.
Kill and get the better.
If you haven't played Diablo 2, it's pretty much Borderlands, but in like an isometric bird eye.
Well,
Yeah, but they were,
20
but it
years
was
ago.
also the first one to
20
do
years
it.
ago.
That's what I'm saying, but Borderlands gets compared to like
To D2.
Diablo 2.
I
Yeah.
think I just saw that you can get the Baldur's Gate
Yeah, yeah.
HD remake on Android.
Android now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's dangerous.
Yeah, that's deadly
on.
right there.
Let me-
That's
Yeah,
I
you
got my tablet right here. Hang on.
When I ask you what you've been playing, I want to know you've been like 5 minutes
I'm
deep.
playing Baldur's Gate right now.
No, so one thing I just want to shout out this really quick about Diablo 2. Dan and I used to work for this really shitty website that just went under, thankfully. But Dan, thankfully out of his own pocket, took us all down to fucking San Diego Comic-Con in 2008. And in the car, we hooked up power and a wireless router and a couple other people in the car. They were playing Diablo 2 in a wireless, in the
Rogue
car,
Diablo?
wireless. Yeah,
Yeah, that was pretty
sounds
righteous.
great.
That
So
was
it's pretty righteous. I believe. I don't know if this. I should have kept those podcasts. I never did. But
I think I might have backups of them.
I don't know. But anyway, we're talking about it because.
All right.
Anyway.
Also, Baldur's Gate Enhanced Edition right here. I don't.
Oh, you got it.
how much is it?
Click.
It's $9.99.
That's
not
not
bad.
bad.
It's
That's
$10.
fair.
I'm going to download this. I'm going to come back to this show and I will give a review. In
I would love that.
fact, I'm going to do this
That
right
game was
now.
so
Download it, start playing. You can start playing right now. I just wanted to throw that out there about Diablo 2. Like, yeah, we were so geeky. We were
Fuck, I
packed
forgot-
into this
I
fucking.
forgot that we were playing D2 on the
We were
car.
packed in this PT Cruiser. We were like totally sapping the electrics out of that car.
That's right, because we could only.
Yeah,
we
only
only-
Turn off
certain
the radio,
computers,
try to play
certain
Diablo.
things could be going
Yeah,
on at the
well,
same
because
time.
we didn't know. We died. It was a PT Cruiser, and it was 4 guys. 4 guys, and then gear, and we were driving.
And we
down
all
to San
had
Diego for
laptops,
Comic-Con.
except the guy who was driving obviously didn't have a
Yeah,
laptop on.
and so we plugged in the DC inverter, and we.
But we
first thing
had one
did-
in the front. There was also one in the back, wasn't
Yeah,
there?
the first thing we did was just fire everything up and start playing games, and the car was slowing down.
Yeah.
You're like, okay, you have to, you're on battery power. Let me know when you want to charge up. I'll plug all the other battery.
But yeah,
power.
That's awesome.
2 other people were playing because I didn't have Diablo on my Mac at that time. I do have it now. Maybe it would have worked, but at this point, It was just the two of the guys were playing Diablo together. It was pretty funny, and I always remember that. It's like, we're wireless routing Diablo 2 in the car down to San Diego.
On a road trip in a car down to San Diego.
The drive down to San Diego, way better than the drive back. That's all I'm going to
well,
say.
we were all hungover. Tired.
But anyway, so now we're just shooting the shit 20 minutes deep.
All that to do it back then, and now you just do it on your cell phone.
Yeah, right? Mm-hmm. Jared, we'll start with you. What have you been playing?
Well, last night I played a lot more of Black Flag on my PS4.
In preparation for that last show we did.
In preparation for the last show, but I didn't expect to enjoy the game as much as I am. I mean, I've only played 2 of the other Assassin's Creed games. That's Brotherhood and Assassin's Creed 3. And this one is by far my favorite one. It's just what's so well done. I still don't like several things about the Assassin's Creed series. Like the first guy I had to chase in the game, I was swearing at my TV.
It's one of those mechanics. I wish they would just get rid of
people
that.
That
in
made
the game.
me throw my controller when I was playing through it.
It's still and always will be terrible. Now that's actually how I ended my night last night, is by chasing some dude, finishing that, swearing, and turning the system off. But also, I played finally the Walking Dead Season 2, Episode 2, which came out, a month and a half ago or something like that.
Is it good?
So
Because most people...
I felt guilty not playing it for so long.
No one's talking about it. Like, Walking Dead, that whole first season of Walking Dead, no one could shut up about it. We loved it, blah, 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 game of the year, blah, blah. And, like, I feel like the second season's
Same
come
goes
out.
for the TV show. Nobody talks about the TV show
Like, no one talks
anymore.
about it now. It's like it's
It's
over and done.
Something angry to say.
I still like the game. The game's really good, but I've been waiting forever now for the 3rd episode to come out. I'm glad that I waited so long to play episode 2 because it's been so long and episode 3 is still not even out. It's been well over a month, and episodic content should at least be every month.
Well, for the record, I could give 2 shits about Walking Dead.
Oh, I know. You love Walking Dead. Well,
Robert
for some
Kirkman could
reason you
suck
call
a
it
dick,
Walking
but
Bread.
that's all
I don't
but
quite
Walking
understand
bread.
that.
No, baking bread.
Baking bread, okay. But on a side note, another game I played was Thomas Was Alone.
Oh, yeah, you finished
That was
that?
free on PlayStation Plus. It's like a puzzle game. There's
Should I
several
finish
different...
it, or do you just say no?
I say finish it. It's really simple. The puzzles are not challenging at all, so you'll be able to finish it in a night or 2. But the narration's kind of fun and interesting, but there's no challenge in the game. It's more of an experience, I guess you could call that game.
How many hours do you think you spent on it?
4 or less.
All right. I'll try and bust it out then.
Yeah, it's quick.
All right.
It's worth the price.
Free.
It was free.
It's free.
On
We have
PlayStation Plus.
PSN Plus. So.
But
okay, gotcha.
I don't know if I would have spent money on it.
All right.
But
James or Dan, who wants to go next?
I'll go.
James, what have you been playing?
Reaper of Souls.
Reaper of Souls.
Diablo 3
So
expansion.
you are playing Diablo 3.
Yep.
PC?
Yeah. I didn't pay for it, so I figured. I hated the original Diablo 3. Terrible game.
Oh, people love it though. Some people.
well, they had to patch the shit out of
And
it.
then my brother bought Reaper of Souls, and he let me. I'm playing on his account. And pretty much they fixed everything, and it's pretty close to my game of the year now.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, they got rid of the auction house.
They got rid of the auction house, which
Good.
helped. You actually get decent loot drops now, so you can actually like equip your guy without having to go to the fucking auction house and
Right.
buy crap. The jewels are good now. You get good buffs from the jewels you put in your weapons and shit. A lot more upgrades. It's just
Aaron,
It's awesome now.
Aaron picked it up for a PS3 and we played a little bit at the game night, but like we played the demo and we really enjoyed it. I feel like it's not a good a game for game night because we like to get drunk and fuck around. But I feel like if we sat down and played it, it would be great because the controller aspect that it works so well on a PS3.
I really enjoyed the original Diablo 3 for about 3 weeks, and then it was just the same crap, and I wasn't getting any good loot drops, and I was still using the sword I had 3 weeks ago because I wasn't finding shit, and I was getting my ass kicked.
Right. With your track record, like in Fallout, let's say you like play multiple characters. Did you only roll up one character for this, or are you playing multiple characters?
I have like the whole thing's full. I have like 8.
Wow.
I'll play one for like 3 hours.
You're just
and then
never
I'll
happy.
switch
It's
to
like,
the
oh,
other
this
one.
nah.
Yeah.
What is it about that? You're just bored, or it's not fun, or?
It's just I like to see what all the different characters, all the different skills, and all that. So I just kind of swap.
So what did you settle on? At this point,
Favorite character?
Favorite character, Barbarian.
barbarian.
Nice.
It's like a tank, basically.
Yeah,
Yeah.
basically.
Run in, beat stuff
Hands
up.
on, 2 swords, or 1 sword and a shield, and you just beat the fuck out of things.
Well, Jimmy
Yeah.
Longguns has
Nice.
two guns, so.
I think he's talking about 2 swords. It's different than.
Did I say guns? That's a different character. 2 swords.
Dan, what have you been playing?
Well, I mentioned,
You play video games, right?
I do play video games. Yes, I do. Me and Dave, 2 hours a week. I've been playing, and I mentioned this earlier, BioShock Infinite.
Oh yes.
And so I'm working my way, and I'm 2/3 of the way through it, and I love the first BioShock, and love that world. So I've really been enjoying BioShock Infinite.
How far are you into the game? Like, where exactly are you?
I am raiding Comstock House now.
Okay.
So I'm in the battle with Lady Comstock. So I'm chasing her down and trying to defeat her.
So you were just outside her house and you fought all like the
Yeah,
ghosty shit?
I beat those guys, and now I'm following her footsteps.
Okay. I
Get her
don't want to
hand.
spoil anything. I was just curious where you were.
Yeah. So that's where I'm at. I ended up.
The game's kind of gonna fucking fuck with you at this point. Like, the game kind of fucks with you, but then anyway, yeah. It's gonna...
I will say that I've been playing this game with my daughter, who was 14.
Oh, really?
And she's a big BioShock fan, and she's played the game through. And I got the DLC, the Burial at Sea.
Oh, I want to play that.
Both episodes, so I've got the season pass for that. So she's played it through, has finished Burial at Sea, knows how the game ends, and hasn't spoiled it for me.
Does your daughter play a lot of video games?
Oh yeah, more than I do. Yeah,
Oh,
absolutely.
We should.
Well done.
We should jettison James and have you bring her on. No, seriously.
She's 14 years old. She is.
But she would love to see herself on YouTube.
Hey, I could bring a 12-year-old in as well. We could do
that'd be kind of
Couch
fun.
Young
Co-op Junior.
Gamers Couch Co-op
We could, like,
show.
parent it and have like 2
We
kids.
got a
500 Pepsis on the
Minecrafter.
table all opened up.
But as I'm playing BioShock Infinite, she'll make these comments very similar. She's like, and this is the part where they're just messing with you. Like they're just messing with you.
No. At some point, that's all the game is doing. It's just fucking messing with you.
Yeah. So I'm playing that. I am going to move on to Black Flag, which I've got for Christmas, and I will play that next.
So do you play one game at a time? Or
Usually
James, I think, plays multiple games.
I
Probably.
hop, yeah.
Yeah. Usually I'll play just one game, and the only exception to that is that I will go back and play Skyrim on
Yeah.
occasion,
Alright.
just to kind of
I don't blame you.
wander around. And
When I
play
was
Skyrim.
over at James, he was James. I'm sorry. I
Whatever.
like formal names. I'm sorry. He was playing Borderlands 2, and it's like, oh, Borderlands 2, you need to get online. I'll play with you. He's like, I don't have internet.
I didn't have to. I will send you the.
What's this internet
the,
thing?
Yeah.
So the other game that
Dangled.
I've been playing just on a little bit. I started it was a little Xbox, because I just have an Xbox. I just have the 360, and I know it's for shame. I'm the only guy here that I think has an Xbox.
Yeah, but you're
Kind of an
you just
Xbox?
but online. You were talking about do you mobile game? Do you guys?
Sometimes I do tablet gaming a little bit.
Little bit?
A
but,
little
yeah.
bit.
I played was it a Tiny Death Star? I've been playing that a little bit. But I downloaded on a friend's recommendation a game through Xbox Arcade called Bastion.
Yeah.
Oh yes. I have that on Steam.
Yeah, so I've been playing
So
Bastion
good.
a little bit.
I love how it's narrated by the guy when you do
So good.
I can't wait to have a
So
computer
good.
that can actually run it.
Yeah, so I've been playing Bastion on Xbox as well a little bit,
It's
just kind of late at night when I'm drunk.
That's their next game is supposed to be timed exclusive on PS4.
What is it?
It's the one with the girl. I don't know what it's called though.
Beyond Two Souls?
No.
No,
That's PS3. Aaron.
Long out.
Aaron, quiet.
Yeah, keep playing Wonderful 101.
No, so it's not out yet, but
Mass Technician.
they decided to go with PS4 first. But
Good.
Yeah, no, I downloaded.
Bastion's awesome.
I downloaded
It's
Bastion
so
based
fun.
on the soundtrack because a buddy of mine played the soundtrack. He's like, you should listen to this.
It's got this kind of
Yeah, and he's-
but it's the narration that grabs
Yeah.
you. It's
Well,
like-
he just played 2 of the songs for me. It's like, this is great. It's like, yeah, it's a soundtrack to this little Xbox game. You know, it was $5, whatever it was. So I downloaded it and I started playing it, and the narration, of course, got me. And so
it's one of
it's a great
the. Yeah, I mean, I feel like because I don't play a lot of things. I don't have my laptop isn't that strong enough for Steam, so very few things work. But Bastion was one of the few things that worked on Steam on my Mac, and I could hook up my PS3 controller to it and play it.
Yeah.
When I play Bastion on my MacBook, none of the ground shows up. It's just the guy.
But it's
Just the guy.
And he walks around, and I hear the narration, but
it's
I can't
such
see
an
where I'm
awesome
going.
game.
Yeah.
It is such like, it's like, I don't know because I don't remember Zelda being that awesome when I was a kid, but I feel like that's what Zelda was when we were kids.
See, and I like it's as I said earlier, I grew up playing when I was able to play console games. I would play Zelda, Link to the
Right.
Past. I spent.
That's
I don't even know how many hours.
that's
I
what I
spent
voted to
playing
be my
days.
favorite game of all time.
Yeah, Link to the Past. And so that's kind of what Bastion reminds me of is the Adventures of Link to the Past.
So, what I've been gaming. One of the things I was
yeah,
what have you been playing?
No. I just want to talk about quickly about what I've been doing. Quickly, I played Super Mario Brothers Wii U for the Wii U,
For this
obviously,
thing.
and which Aaron is playing right now with Wonderful 101 demo. But Mario, man, they should just fucking. I love Nintendo. I want Nintendo to succeed, but they just need to like.
Oh,
They need to
look,
put
he
it to
jumped on
rest.
Another turtle.
They just need to put it to rest. It's like I'm just I got like I like cleared like 3 of the worlds, and then I was just like, man, not only is it a lot easier now, and like every time I go through a level like 1-up, I had like 20 1-ups at that point. It's like, who needs a fucking secret turtle 1-up or something? Who needs that 1-up trick? No, you don't. It's so catered to babies and mothers that I just wish. Anyway, so it's a fun game. It's cutesy. It's not like it's bad. It serves its purpose fine. But like for me, it's just that game is not that fun. Secondly, Soul Calibur behind me. Soul Calibur released a free-to-play game, and I thought it was going to be like the Tekken free-to-play game that Namco launched. But you don't actually play against other people. You play against a computer. And
Was that only PS3?
yes, PS3 is Namco and PS3 is only. So the Tekken, Soul Calibur, and then there's gonna be a Ace Combat version, free-to-play game.
Oh,
out.
yeah, that's right.
And I guess there was a lot of server issues. I didn't run into it. I actually got on. I played a few. It's just Soul Calibur, but you play by yourself against a computer, and you quest for loot, and you put some build up your character, and if that's your thing, I think it's fine. I mean, you're not playing against it. Maybe you get to play against someone later. I haven't so far. I played like
For free,
5 or
I
6. Probably, but like I played for free and never ran into a paywall. I played like 4 or 5 matches and didn't run into a paywall, and I didn't spend any of my expendable ticket things. So, and even Tekken
I'll
was
have to give it a shot.
Even Tekken was pretty good about that. So, I'm not saying it's flawless or awesome, but I mean, if you have a PS3, it's totally worth trying. I mean, it's
It'll find its crowd.
It's fine and fun to
Oh
play.
man, I lost my no money I spent on this.
Yeah, right?
Right.
Exactly. And
What a
there's
waste.
trophies to earn, blah, blah, blah. I'm still logging into PSN Home. Not that it
PlayStation
matters,
Home, yeah.
but
What's new on there? What's
nothing.
going on?
I just log in because I'm trying to get a gold trophy.
Is there a Destiny
No,
area
I
yet?
don't know. Maybe. I don't. But Jared, I don't care because I just log in and then I close it. I'm just trying to log in for 50 days 50 days so I can get my trophy. So it's a stupid fucking social network thing that I don't care about. And then the game I've really been playing, they don't even really want us to care about, is South Park: The Stick of Truth.
Oh yes.
Farts.
Farts and poop, anal sex, anal probes, horses, cows,
Yeah,
dogs,
it does sound like cows.
dire AIDS. I mean,
Airways.
It's like AIDS, but more dire.
exactly. And like when they cure dire AIDS, they're no longer dire, but you still have AIDS. No, but this game is everything that's awesome. It's flawed. It's a flawed game. There's some shit. Aaron can he can attest. The fart tutorials are obnoxious,
Yeah.
but the farting itself is awesome.
The farts are obnoxious.
No, the tutorial for him is obnoxious for some reason.
Just the fact that we're talking about farting tutorials and farts in games,
Yes.
I think is kind of like this own level of cool.
Oh man, that's not even the level of. I mean, the level of obsceneness in this game. You cannot. I feel like if seriously, I feel like someone didn't actually play this game to rate it because like, oh, South
Somebody
Park,
fell asleep
we're just gonna let it go. But it's like if you were seriously to play through this game, and Dave the cameraman is getting it soon, so he'll know, and whoever else borrows it from Aaron. But if you were to actually play this game, you'd be like, there's no way this game should be allowed. No one should be allowed to play this game because it is, Aaron, it's fucking foul.
It's rated
yeah,
NC,
no
what the fuck?
idea. You're being polite about it.
But at its core, it's just a role playing game.
I'm just gonna say it at its core. It's just a turn-based
Role
role
playing.
playing. It's like an old school JRPG. No, but I'm just gonna ruin this little bit of thing. My character, a little boy in 4th grade, gets sucked up into an alien ship, and they fuck him with a dick in his ass. Just that alone
Right.
is like. Just that alone is
But
like
it's
something.
cartoon, so it's okay, right?
It's a cartoon, so it's okay, right? So it's just like, wow, yes.
Is it a robot penis? Because that makes
It is a robot penis.
I don't know. In the shows, if
It's a
you
robot
fuck
penis,
robots,
but when I
it's
break
okay.
it off, then they put a black robot penis on it.
I'm gonna go buy this game right now.
Yeah.
No, that's what I'm saying. It's like, no, it's a brilliant game. It is so brilliant. I don't want to ruin it for you. There are some mechanics that suck. It's not 100% awesome. So like, I would give it like an 8.5. It's not a 10 or a 9 because there are some flaws. But currently in the world we are existing in, it is currently at the top of my list for best game of the year. Just because how just like awesome I love it.
Here we are, April, and you've already called it Game of the Year.
No, because Dark Souls 2 is still out there. I haven't played it. I hear that's awesome. There's,
I don't know if I have
There's-
the patience for that kind of game.
well, you were asking me about
I know, I want to try it.
But no, I have to play more games that released in this year. But currently, I don't call it like Game of the Year like across the board. It's like for me,
Sure.
and
At the moment.
Well, I've
As
heard,
far as
and
you played.
Yeah, I've heard similar reviews from a lot of other people that have played games slightly more but slightly less than you have. That Stick of Truth is hands down an amazing game and well worth the investment.
well, here's the other thing about it. I was like, I'm not a. I mean, it's a time based. I mean, it's old school JRPG basically. It's like you like wait your turn and you do your thing. I never like Final Fantasy or those type of turn based action game role playing games, and so I borrowed it knowing that it was just going to be this type of game, but I really fell for the fighting mechanic, and I actually enjoyed killing, like going into battles and stuff. So, it won me over. So.
Right on. Well, I will. I'll put it on the list of games that I need to play, and I'll play it at some point in
Someone-
time.
Players of the past.
2016.
Finally played
Yeah.
it.
If you had a PS3, I'm sure Aaron will let you borrow it. but yeah, I would seriously.
Xbox
I would.
over
Oh
there.
yeah, Dave has an Xbox. Dave's getting it, so
There you
maybe
go.
you have a hookup
Maybe
right
it,
there. But so yeah, that's. So what else? You guys have something else you guys want to? I mean, we have time, so you guys have something else you guys want to. I mean, in your gaming world, you want to talk about ET some more? I mean, we can talk about ET some more. I mean, Towerfall. Jared's. You want
I
to talk?
haven't played it since I bitched about it last.
But since you bitched
But
about it last,
it's a co-op game. The single player is too difficult for me to do alone, so I would need a co-op person to do, because the quest is 2-player. And I think it might be actually possible for me to kind of complete some of the stuff, but it's not online.
But the
So I'd
but the
have to
interesting
do
thing,
couch co-op.
but the interesting news that came out is that PS4 sales have exceeded PC sales.
Yes.
Like it is the
Yeah,
most.
it's a
It's
huge game on PS4.
This one guy that developed this game, he's like, this game has now afforded me to live this lifestyle, and it's mainly because of PS4. Because obviously PC, you don't sit around a PC and play with your friends
Sure,
co-op,
yeah.
So and it's a co-op game, but You guys have anything else?
Everything E.T. should have been.
It's everything you should have.
Way to bring it full circle. Well done.
Yeah.
Well done.
No, but I want. Is there anything else you guys? Aaron, what are you gonna play? Aaron, you've been Aaron's been sitting here.
He's been playing Wonderful 101.
Staring at that screen forever, and it
Diablo
looks like
3.
a fantastic.
You've been
game.
playing Diablo 3.
Yes, the one I made you guys play it last.
You've been playing it on PS3.
So you and James have been sucking off the same teat.
Pretty
yeah,
much.
pretty much. Damn you, Blizzard, and your magical teat of awesomeness.
Is it pretty awesome?
Yes.
How far
I
are you
have
into
the
it?
Witch Doctor as my role, and it's pretty fucking cool.
What level?
Level 16. But it's not very far. I just got to Act 2. But it's a very fun game to play. And I'm
Hated Act 2.
I
So fucking long.
It really,
Good lord.
How's it feel about Act
Same thing
1?
with Diablo 2. Act 2 never fucking ends.
I agree with that. I feel like Act 1 didn't end. Now I'm getting new information about Act 2. Yay.
But if it's enjoyable while you're playing this act,
It is definitely.
But it's the act that you don't want to go through again. You're like, I'm just going to skip it this time and go right to 3.
All right.
I'll play it sometime. But I have to point out that the Wii U has been annoying the crap out of me during this whole episode. That controller just keeps vibrating.
Yeah.
This
I know.
loud
What the hell was that noise?
and I just want to punch it, to throw it across the
I
room.
agree with that.
Jeez, I would turn that off immediately if I was playing in headphones and somebody was sitting next to me.
It doesn't bother me.
I wouldn't blame the person sitting next to me for punching me in the shoulder.
I thought it was that
I wouldn't.
camera making noise. It's like, what the hell is...
I'm
It's
getting my ass
so
kicked right now.
loud. I've heard plenty of other devices vibrate over the years.
It's like super cell
But-
phone.
Well,
But yeah, that thing's loud.
His
I don't know if the
girlfriend has
microphone's
quite a
caught
few
it.
vibrating devices.
actually,
Yes.
she has none.
Oh, I see what you did.
Giggle, giggle, blush.
And you guys have anything else you want to add?
I quit.
Come on.
A new trailer for Destiny came out for gameplay. I know you care.
Oh no, that did come out.
Yes, they finally released a little more gameplay.
Halo Borderlands.
Yes, Halo Borderlands from Bungie.
People were pretty negative about it for some reason, but it still looks awesome to me.
I don't know why
I
they're
wanna play
negative
that.
about it.
I don't know. People
And there was a Kotaku
Well, it's not that they're
article. He's
negative.
like, I played it for 45 minutes and I was bored. I'm like,
It's not that they're negative or bored. It's just like they're like it plays like Halo, and you walk around and shoot things, and it's like
lots of games play
Why
like
is
Halo
that
now.
a bad thing?
Yeah.
exactly. They're like looking, but like I think they're missing the point of what this game is supposed to be. It's a 3-player co-op, and then you're playing this like co-op game, and then like when you have an instance and there's a boss, you fight that boss, and then it brings in all these other 3-player co-op groups
Oh, gotcha.
to MMO that
So it's like a
motherfucker.
mass battle?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, huge mass battle.
Why that sounds like the best thing ever?
Yeah, right.
That
It's like
sounds pretty
Borderlands, but then a fucking
Until you
instant.
get fucking Leroy Jenkins.
And then it
fucking kills
instances,
Yeah.
and it's like it's a fucking badass thing. And it's like, you guys just need to. I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know why. You know what?
I think-
I don't think anyone important watches this show. But I don't know why you people watch fucking these like IGN or GameSpot anymore. These people obviously aren't us. They're not everyday gamers that play video games, that enjoy video games. They're just people that are looking for something to riff on or troll. Yeah, guys can call me a troll because I hate things.
I think a lot of people
but I
are trying
think
to kill the hype
honestly,
train.
Yes, but you're our troll.
But I shit on things that I've tried. You know, I've watched it, I've seen it, I've listened to it, I've tried it, and then I shit on it. These guys are like just like they're in a controlled environment, and they're not even. They don't know what it's actually going to be like.
If Sony throws money at it, it's good.
Right, but it's like I would even play Titanfall. I mean, I'm not against Titan. It looks like a fun game. It looks like Call of Duty with robots, and maybe it's fun, maybe it's not. It looks fun. I would like to
Yeah,
try
at least try
it,
it before you
It
rip
looks
on
fast and fun,
but
but it's not my kind
it's
of
not
thing.
my kind of game. I'm not a multiplayer guy,
I don't
but I
do
would still
multi.
try it before I ripped on it. And you know what? Huge mechs? Come on.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Yeah, that's badass.
Anyway, I don't want
I
to
think
rant
so.
too much or soapbox too much. And
shoot
Dan needs to
you.
go to B-sides and see Red Fang with his girlfriend. Anyway, so,
They're always there, too.
they're always
Weird.
there. They're always there.
Yeah.
B-sides. That just gives you a hint at where we live. Anyway, so you guys, thank you for being on this Shoot the Shit episode.
Thank
it was
you.
great having you on. I want you guys back on
We'll be back after I play
I
more
would
games.
really,
I'll be back.
yeah.
Well, I'm going to do a review. I'm going to play that Baldur's Gate on the
You
Android.
should really,
Yeah,
you really
you
should.
should.
You really should.
I
And
have to
so,
play more games. Oh man.
Oh, dang.
put the beers up.
Yeah.
Oh.
To all are one.